Okay, so just wanted to put forward like a tutorial of sorts for like the newest person ever. So if you're a complete noob, welcome. So am I. um, Here's some basics of the game. This is kind of where you start your character up here. You get these two options here. This is going to show you where you're at in the season and what is required of you, how much progress you've made. You can click X to view the contents. I'm playing on a PlayStation, and then kind of go through the different things that you need to do. Um, some of them are clear and comprehensible, and some of them you won't know what to do. So, like for example, I was stuck as a complete newbie. I was stuck on some of this like masterwork stuff. I didn't know what that meant or how to do that. And then what rank was it? Shaders, apply shaders. I didn't know what to do there for a while, and um, this explore Nessus, lost sectors on Nessus. I didn't know how to do this for quite a while, like a good amount of time. So you've essentially got um, all these things up here, a clan, if you're a part of one, different collections. Worry about that later. If you're a complete noob, just don't even worry about that. You're gonna want to work through this um, as much as you're able. If you're a free-to-play player, you will hit a point where there are some things that you can't do. So without buying the additions, you're not going to be able to complete certain campaigns, and that's just kind of part of it. You know, they're a game. It costs a lot of money to make, so they want you to pay. This is where your character. This is your power level, and then you have different stats on each thing with different power levels. And then within each item, you can click details, and you can masterwork an item, which is kind of always recommended. You can change the appearance of said item with different cosmetics, different shaders. So yeah, different looks. And then you can change power levels. So let's just say you want to look at this legendary. If it was a lower power level, you could be able to go over here. Looks like all these are base powers are too low, but you could upgrade that power level with an upgrade module. You can see that I've spent all mine. And you can do that for weapons too. Weapons are going to have different stats and different perks. So adaptive frame, repulsor brace, deconstruct. There's a lot of them. And if you're just wondering, like, yeah, what is this? What do these mean? You can click the view contents, and it will pull up what exactly those particular things mean. So feeding frenzy, each rapid kill with this weapon progressively increases reload speed. This weapon fires faster and more accurately the longer the trigger is held. Continuous damage generates stunning lightning strikes. Just stuff like that. You can do the same thing to upgrade it to a higher power if it's necessary, as well as masterwork it. Masterworked items are in gold, so that's what those look like. Yeah, and then of course you've got down here, you've got your ships, your vehicles, different emblems, appearance customization, finishers, and emotes. And then you've got your inventory, which is just, yeah, a bunch of this stuff. So yeah. Not a lot there to show. Like I said, I am a newbie as well. That was all in Journey. If you go to the director, this is where I spend most of my time. These are the different locations that you can go to. Ones with the little yellow is where you're gonna get better perks. This little blue is where your legendary lost sector is going to be. And then anything with this little symbol right here is like a quest that you're tracking. So that's kind of the summary of the different symbols and what they mean, where to go. If I was to go to a particular place, though, like let's go to Europa. This is the map of Europa. Now you can just add a waypoint. These are what are called public events, and it kind of tells you when it's going to start and where it's at. This will tell you the lost sector, and if actually you look on the map here, it tells you where the lost sectors are. So there's a lost sector there. Obviously there's a lost sector here. I don't know if there are any more, honestly. I don't spend much time in Europa. Or you could do an actual campaign in Europa. Yeah. So lots of options to do. Obviously this requires Destiny 2 Beyond Light, and I have not purchased that, so that's not a an option for me. But yeah. And then so like there's one on Nessus, and you need to look at the lost sectors. So there's a lost sector, there's a lost sector, there's a lost sector, so forth and so on. And then so you could fast travel to this landing zone, or you could do a whatever it's called, a mission. So those are these, and I think these are all strikes. Yeah, strike. Yeah, this one's not. Oh, that is a strike as well. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of the basics. Like I didn't know to look for lost sectors. Something also that's pretty simple, triangle invite friends. So if I want to invite any of my friends to play, I want to be on a team, this is where you would do that. And then I actually don't know how to accept an invite, other than when I'm invited, I actually have to go. If anybody knows a better way to do that, I'm all ears as a fellow newbie player. But that's kind of some super basics that you'll find that most people on YouTube would just assume you know, because come on, this is easy and obvious, but it just wasn't to me. So again, Fireteam Finder, super helpful. Store, if you're wanting to purchase stuff. I don't know what this is. Oh. Okay. If you're wanting to purchase stuff, this is the stuff that costs bright dust down here. Yeah, it's not bad. It's just kind of, I don't know, fun stuff, emotes and the like. This is where you're at in the current season. So if you're a free-to-play player like myself, this is what you get. If you pay to play, this is what you get. So obviously you get a lot more goodies if you pay to play, and then you just rank up within the season until you're all the way at the end. Yeah. So quests, where you can track quests. Bounties, you get those from vendors in the tower. And then your map if I was in a destination, which I'll go back to destinations real quick. The tower, this is your like social networking hub where a bunch of other players are going to be. That's where you're going to go to get your bounties, stuff like that. And then the rest of these are going to be locations. Crucible is PvP. Gambit is like PvE PvP. So a group of people play together to fight the environment, and then whoever takes down the big boss first wins. So it's kind of like 4 versus 4. You're in your own maps, but you can invade each other's maps in order to try to snipe each other and heal their big bad boss guy. Vanguard is just team PvE, and then Legends is kind of where you've got the biggest kind of stuff, I guess, with dungeons and raids. Yeah, 6 player raids. So that's some of the basics. I will say one thing that I didn't know is you can access the vault just from this screen, so you don't have to go to the tower to access the vault. You can access the vault from here. The vault's going to be really helpful to store all your weapons and whatnot. I have just like a bunch of junk in here right now, just from like just throwing anything and everything in there that I couldn't hold on to, which is obvious to anybody who's not a complete noob. But yeah, it's just the reality of some of the game, which it can be helpful to pull something out of your vault into your character, or move something from your character into the vault without needing to go all the way to the tower, especially if you're someone like me whose internet is slow and basically you spend too much of your game in loading screens. But we'll do what we can. So that's kind of all I've got for this beginning tutorial for tips and tricks for brand new newbies. Things that are obvious to most folks, but just aren't to others, including myself. It took me a long time to kind of be aware of those things. So yeah, thanks.